YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network, where we're here to talk about a story that came out of New York. This is regular conversation number 26. Regular conversation number 26. I know my camera looks different. That is because the main camera is not working. You understand? The main camera is not working. I've been trying to work on it for a little while, and it's still not functioning. So we're going to get that rectified. But y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, for sure. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat room. So this story comes out of New York, basically over, a woman rejecting a man. We definitely going to talk about it. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Let me check it out. Let me check this chat room out. Appreciate everybody for coming on, talking about this story and furthermore information to it. Definitely appreciate y'all. What's up to there was a lot of talking going on, I see. What's up to Christopher Span, one of my channel moderators. Prodigal Son, shout out to you. What's up to Khadijah Reeves, Courtney M. What's up to DJ Grant? Shout out to you. Nicole Martin, shout out to you. Another one of my channel moderators out there. Bless. What's up to Jen? Did I shout you out, Ernest Beard? I think so. Who else I miss? What's up to Water Blood Spirit? Sheila Davis. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Johnny County. All right. They got your boy P. Diddy. You said something about P. Diddy. Well, I don't know about that story right there too much yet. Let me see who else I miss. I don't know what y'all talking about in here, or whatever the case may be. What's up to Mary? Shout out to you. What's up to David B? All right, so we're here to talk about this story out of New York. Whatever situations y'all got going on in the chat room, man. You know what I mean? We focus on this story right here and more situations in regards. So basically, we're going to go to the story. We're going to read the story. I'm going to share the screen right quick. All right. It says twin sisters stabbed. Twin sisters stabbed. Now, this is out of New York. This stuff can happen anywhere. You know what I mean? It happened in Jersey City a couple years ago to this young lady. All right. So the story is twin sisters stabbed, one killed outside of Brooklyn bodega. Brooklyn. If you know about New York, you know about Brooklyn. East New York. What else is out there? Marcy Projects. You understand? That type of area. So, all right. Alfonso Goodson is facing a level of grief. I guess that's the father you never imagined he felt after getting a sober phone call Sunday night about his granddaughter, 19 years of age, Samiya Spain, 19 years old. All right. They said the NYPD received a call about a stabbing around 2:20 a.m. This is about a week ago. I haven't had time to touch on the story, but the guy just turned himself in. I think it was yesterday or something like that, or 2 days ago. He said after someone stabbed Samiya and her twin sister right outside the Natural Plus bodega out there in Brooklyn. So that is the young female right there on the screen. Right there on the screen. Right? It said a guy in all black had stabbed one of the girls in her neck and the other in her arm, and he ran. So they said no. One of the guys had complimented the two girls that walked in with their friends, and they said no. Said the group started back and forth arguing before one of the men walked down the block angry. He was angry. Minutes later, one of them in his early 20s, they said, came banging and kicking in the bodega doors with the girls still inside. They said the workers locked the door until he walked away again. And when they unlocked the door, that's when the attack happened. Wow. Wow. Just because a female, that's the knife right there. That looked like a kitchen knife. The man brought a kitchen knife outside with him as a weapon. Brought a kitchen knife. That's crazy. All right. So this is the young female, 19 years of age. You know. All right. So this guy, what is his name? Let me share the other screen right quick. So here he is right here. Where he at? Right here. Excuse me for all these pop-ups. I have nothing to do with that. This is the website of the New York Post. This is detectives out of the 78th precinct out there in New York as they take him away from the precinct, I believe, to jail. You know, so that is him with his head down. So it basically the boy, 20 years of age, Veo Kelly from New York, you know, gave the girl a compliment or whatever the case may be. Of course, if a female is not interested in you or don't want no dealings with you, listen, no, buddy, I don't want, I'm good. You know, and some fellas can get irate out here. I mean, this is not the first story I heard about something like this. You know, when a woman tells a man no, listen, that's it. Listen, we take L's. Guys can take a L. Real men can take a L. All right. You know, I lost that one right there. But when you get caught up in your feelings, excuse me, I'm looking up at the camera. I'm still I'm still focused on my camera right here. I gotta focus on this camera on this computer. Forgive me for that. I was looking up at the camera as I'm normally used to. All right. So when a female rejects you, you know what I mean, as a man, listen, take it. Take the L. That's it. You understand? Take that L and that's it. But some men out here, they get caught up in their feelings and they would do such a crime like that because the woman told them no. You understand? Told them no. All right, let's go to the comments right quick. What's up to Valerie Stewart? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. All right. You says Diddy got raided in LA and Miami. Wow. Michael Hollisworth, shout out to you. What's up to Jonah? Nia Maxwell. Henry Ross says, does the scripture teach us to not touch a woman, nevertheless to fornicate with her? For every husband's have his own wife. I guess you're reading from Corinthians, but you know, everybody out here, they don't follow scripture. You know, some fellas out here, they feel as though they need to touch a woman to get her attention. You better be careful. You understand? You better be careful because I wouldn't want nobody to touch none of my family members like that or a close female that I know like that inappropriately, you know, especially if you don't know her. Now, if they at a party or freak Nick or whatever concert and they getting it in, listen, that's on them. They grown. I got nothing to do with that. You understand? I have nothing to do with that at all. You know, but when a woman declines you, even if the man don't touch her, if she says no, I'm good because a lot of women already know that they're attractive. Let's keep it real. Some women just know that they're attractive. They got the body, simple as that. Let's just keep it real. And they know that they're going to get the attention. They don't have to dress a certain way. They're just attractive. Simple as that. And they know they're going to get fellas trying to talk to them on a day-to-day basis, whether it's outside, whether it's over the internet, at work, school, if you go to school, you know, there's always going to be a fellow or fellas trying to talk to a woman, whether they're married or not. It's just going to happen. Simple as that. Even some fellas in the church do that. Let's keep it real. Even some fellas in the church do that. They got wives and whatnot, and they'll still try to talk to another female right there in the church. You understand? It happens. It's messed up, but it happens for sure. All right, Courtney M. He says mental illness is on the rise. Direct. What is that correlation to crime? Well, would you think that? Would you think? I'm not trying to justify. I don't want to try to justify no crimes as far as like let's just say if somebody have a mental illness problem, right? I don't want to try to like make that an excuse for people out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to try to make that excuse. All right. But a lot of people say, you know, mental illness this, mental illness that, and granted that a lot of people do deal with mental illness out here, but that's not in a lot of cases that's not going to, you know, stop the prosecutor from, you know, trying to get this person to go to prison. You understand? Obviously, the man had to be in his right mind, right? If he saw the woman that he was attracted to, you understand? He had to be in his right mind. If you see the woman that he was attracted to and he wanted to pursue, he had sense enough to want to pursue that woman. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hey, people may try to use that as a cop out as far as like mental illness and whatnot. All right. What's up? Sally, you said is going to the point. I just give them my number and later block them and later block and delete them. This is such a tragedy. Well, you say you give, you know, fellas your number and whatnot and things like that. You know, I mean, I don't know how to go about that. You understand? I really don't know because it's like, and I know some fellas, you know, they can get real disrespectful if you just decline them. You tell them no. Listen, I'm good. I got a man. I'm married, or whatever the case may be, or I'm just not interested. A lot of fellas out here cannot take a no at all. What's up to Jonah? Appreciate that. Appreciate the email. You know what I mean? Appreciate the email. David B says, I heard about that story, but I didn't know one died. Yep. One did die. You understand that? One did die, which is a sad situation for sure. We're going to get to the photos. Let me see if I can pull up a photo. More photos of this situation. Right? So as you can see, they got some of the photos up here of the young lady who he stabbed and killed. And they also got him. All right. So in this picture, that says Samiya Spain was murdered after rejecting a man advances. Murdered, killed, and whatnot. How sad of a situation it is for a man like that to get caught up in his feelings because a woman said no. You understand that? You win some, hey, you lose some. You know, listen, men get rejected, women get rejected, simple as that. You know, if you get rejected, listen, keep it moving. You know what I mean? There's no need to get caught up in your feelings to get to a point like that. Now you have a 20-year-old young fella who lost his life. That's it for him. You understand that? You know they're gonna throw the book at this fella. You know, at the end of the day. All right. G Swole says, what up, Tony? Everyone else. That's sad how things like that still goes on, excuse me, this till this day. Absolutely. Courtney M says, but one thing I've observed in modern times is young girls playing with men, lowering and teasing them and trying to embarrass the man. Men don't like those games for real. Well, Well, I'm only going by what I see in the story. You understand? From the story said, you know, they walked into the bodega. I guess they're trying to get something to eat. Probably didn't know the fella from a can of paint. They rejected him and whatnot, and argument ensued and what have you, and he got mad, and he did what he did. You said young girls playing with men. Well, I really don't get that impression. That happened or teasing them. Some may say in reference to the way they dress and what have you. All right, you says where the blood. What? You says coward. I agree with that. I agree with that word right there. What's up to AG? DJ Grant says that's not cool at all. You says a man can't take rejection. If she say no, it's no. Have to move on. I agree. I definitely agree with that for sure. You know what I mean? Definitely agree. What's up to Gino P? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. AG says take the L because she told you why she's not interested. Michael Hollisworth says only guys like that can't take any L's. They will go crazy just for a woman. You're right about that. You're right. You understand? What's up to Gladys? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You says 19-year-old females out too late at night. I mean, you know, how can I put this? Once a person turns 18, and let's just say she's on her own and she's working or whatever the case may be, would you say that person is a they're adult? They're adult now. They can do whatever they want when they out the house and what have you. Of course, we would recommend and prefer somebody to get their life right with God and stuff like that. But everybody is not like that. I do agree that 19 years of age in these days is too young to being out too late. But hey, after 18, is considered, a person, people that they are adults. So who's to say she was out on her own, living on her own, and working and whatnot? But I do agree with that. That is too late to be out. You know what I mean? 2 o'clock in the morning to go to a bodega, especially in New York. You know what I mean? Cook something in the house. Go, Uber Eats or something like that. A bodega, 2 o'clock in the morning. All right. He says, why they still assign a lawyer to a person that was caught red-handed in a murder case? Well, it's money. You understand? It's money at the end of the day. So the lawyer's job for the guy is to probably try to get him off the hinge or try to get his sentence reduced or try to claim that something is mentally wrong with him at the end of the day. A lot of lawyers do lie at the end of the day. It's a business out there. You know what I mean? It's a business. Okay, this guy got arrested. It's going to be a prosecutor to try to, put him behind the walls, and it's going to be a lawyer to try to fight that. Listen, a lot of lawyers, they are not saved, so they don't care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all right. It sucks though. It sucks for real. All right. David B says some of these men are really weak. I agree. I agree for sure. Some of these men do, man. It's crazy. All right. Courtney M says his lawyer could flip him to a lesser charge. Laws are changing every day, especially in regards to mental illness pleadings. You know what? It's sad, but I agree with you. You know what I mean? It's sad, but I agree. So, it might be they might offer him a deal. Who knows? The prosecution might offer him 25 to life. But if he loses the trial, he might get life in prison. That's how it works in the system. It sucks though, but that's how it works, All right. DJ Grant says, how is the woman's family doing? And did the man get sentenced yet? Well, it happened about a week ago. They just caught up to him like 2 days ago. So, it's probably going to take a while before that stuff happens and whatnot, to see what his plea is going to be. Some people plead guilty in situations like this. He might state that it was self-defense. You know what I mean? That's, some lawyers might do that. The woman bumped him and he felt threatened and stuff like that. You got lawyers out here, good lawyers out here that would do something like that to try to get him off the hinge. You know what I mean? There's good lawyers out there like that. It sucks though, but lawyers know how to, twist and move the system and whatnot to try to get a man off and what have you. All right. He says out drinking, not even 21. Yo, you're killing me with these comments. He said out drinking, not even 21. Listen, if my child is 19 years of age and they living underneath my roof, they gotta follow my rules. If you ain't working, if you're not in school and whatnot, you know what I mean? If you're working and if you're in school, okay, I gotta see your schedule. You know what I mean? I gotta see your work schedule. If you're getting off late, you know what I mean? Then I don't know. You gotta be in the house at a certain time. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be out hanging out, doing nothing like that. No partying, no nothing like that. I don't care how old you are in my house. You understand? 10:30 is the cutoff point, or 10 o'clock is the cutoff point, because I don't want to be sleeping and whatnot, and somebody walking to my house that I paid my hard mortgage or whatever or rent or whatever the case may be, and they walk into my house 3 o'clock in the morning after the party, after going to the sugar shack. You understand? We ain't talking about Martin Lawrence. You know what I mean? After going to Ray's Boom Boom Room or something like that. Ain't no child gonna do that. Otherwise, you're gonna be put out the house. All right? That's just my thing. DJ Grant, you says this is very sad for a man to act like that. I am not condoning this behavior at all, but women nowadays are dressing with less and less surprise. Men can't handle it. This is a sad story both ways. I mean, that's a true statement. Especially with the spring and summertime coming around. These women, they dress a certain way, which can gain more attention from men. And you got, devilish dogs out there. You know what I mean? And they just, they like the cartoons, and you know what I mean? The saliva is just dripping down their mouth when they see a female. They just want it. And women out there, they know they dress a certain way. They know their bodies are shaped a certain way, which is though it is going to gravitate the attention of a lot of men. They know that. You understand? If you want to reduce the chances of men looking at your body, you know what I mean, like you're a piece of meat and they ready to just, grab that knife and fork and eat up. Listen, dress a certain way to reduce those things, to reduce the attention, and whatnot. But a lot of women, they think it's okay. You know what I mean? But we try to warn them. If you dress a certain way, half naked, you got a nice body, a nice butt, nice breasts and stuff like that, and you put tight clothes on and whatnot, you're going to get a lot of attention. Simple as that. You're going to have guys coming up to you left and right, trying to talk to you all the time, at work, at school, over the internet, everywhere. It's just guys, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? From experience when I was younger and whatnot, but I wasn't thirsty like that. You know what I mean? There's a difference between a brother who's thirsty and somebody, okay, all right, she okay, I'll try another day. You know what I mean? Be respectful towards the woman at the end of the day. But I always say this: if a woman is going to dress a certain way, and you happen to get the chance, you happen to get the opportunity to talk to her, you got to understand she's a representation of you. So she's dressing half naked. She's letting other men see her. Is she respecting you as a woman? You know what I mean? Is she respecting you? And if y'all build as a family later on down the road, as far as like marriage and kids and stuff like that, and she's still dressing like that, is she respecting you? Because she got the whole world looking at her body and thirsting over it and whatnot. All right. William, what up? What up? What up? Michael says, "Women, that's why modest apparel is important." I knew this was going to happen. You got to understand, politics and religion are two of the most hard-hitting topics. When you talk about topics like this, and you have an audience of, mainly like people who's in church and stuff like that, when they hear stuff like this and they see the young woman dressed like that, how they got the pictures on the news and the news articles and whatnot and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Sometimes the media do it on purpose. Because who knows, she might have some modest pictures out there. I don't know that. You know what I mean? But they know this is going to gravitate the attention of people saying things like, what some of y'all are saying as far as like, how a woman dress and whatnot. All right. You says, nope, it's not to the story. You says not buying it. You says, can't believe people are blaming the girls. Wow. As I said it, not too long ago, a lot of people are going to blame the women. Why they out this late? Why they dressing like that? You understand that? Two key factors: why you out that late, and why you dressing in a manner like that at 2 a.m. You understand that? You're gonna have people to say that. This is how the world works. This is how social media works. The media works. That's why the news articles they pull up pictures like that of the woman and stuff like that. Mainly, all her pictures is like she's dressing in a way of that she would get a lot of attention. This is how the media works because they know that people is going to talk about it and whatnot. Excuse my connection if it's slowing down and what have you. All right. You said doesn't matter what we wear. You says no means no. And I agree with that. That part I agree with for sure. It doesn't matter what a woman wear. You understand that? She could walk out, honestly, but no disrespect, she could walk outside naked. You know what I mean? The woman says no. You know what I mean? It's a no. It's respect. A real man, listen, takes that L. All right, she declined me. All right, no, I gotta sharpen my game up. Maybe my breath smell a little bit, but I gotta step my game up next time. You know what I mean? Or maybe she's not for me at the end of the day. Maybe if you're in church and stuff like that, maybe the Lord is preparing somebody that's for me, that's compatible with me. But everybody don't think like that. All right. So I agree with you. No means no. All right. Definitely. Khadijah Reeves says to Watermelon Spirit, excuse me, you says that still doesn't give a man the right to do a woman that way. I agree. I agree with that for sure. All right, I definitely agree. William Shepard says, I remember a story just like this, but it was over a basketball game. Man killed a woman for rejecting him. Wow. Wow. You said if a woman says no but flirts like she is, that's weird. I've seen women have men and still want a side dude. I don't play them games. If you got a man, it's all bad. Yo, y'all funny. Y'all funny with these comments. Y'all is funny with these comments for sure. Real talk. Y'all funny as ever with these comments. You know what I mean? All right. He says all I'll say is that young lady has much family, and pray for the soul of the man who stabbed Samiya. Enough. Pray for the man. Listen, that's a tough one for a lot of people for sure. Praying for the killer and what have you. You know what I mean? And you know, the family definitely. A lot of people, you know, find it hard to forgive people out here and whatnot for sure. So here in this video over here, I guess Pix 11, that's a family member crying in the video, which is a sad thing. You know what I mean? All over, you know, her saying no. Excuse these pop-ups once again. They keep popping up for no reason. All right. DJ Grant says, I don't think any man should feel it's okay to force himself on a woman that's a coward and you need mental help. I agree. I definitely agree. You know what I mean? It's all about respect, because I wouldn't want, like I said, I wouldn't want no man to force themselves on any one of my daughters, my mother, my sister, my aunt, you know what I mean? Anything like that, for sure. And I know it's going to be a point in time where as though the kid's going to have to grow up, and time is moving. Time is definitely moving, and I'll have 2 adults in the next couple of years and whatnot, and time is moving. You understand? And it's like, as a parent, you gotta let go. You know what I mean? Once they get out on their own, start working and stuff like that, it's like I can't be there as much how I was if they are adults in a couple of years and they're on their own. It's nothing I can do anymore as far as like being there as much as I can when they're kids. It's tough as a parent. You know what I mean? Mentally. All right. Cassie Williams, what's up? You said this story is so sad. I wonder, was this his first offense? I'm not sure. I didn't read anything about him getting arrested before. You know, maybe it come out in the news later on when they gather up the information and feed it to the media and whatnot. All right. You said this is happening more and more every day. These demonic spirits just walking amongst us, and you just never know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of thirsty men out here. A lot of them. You understand? It's a sad situation. I mean, you know, years ago and kind of today, you know, I see fellas doing it. And a lot of them got wives at home and kids and stuff like that. Listen, leave it alone at the end of the day. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? And it's a certain way, if you got the green light, it's a certain way how to approach a female. You know what I mean? Be respectful, number one. If she says no, or if she's not feeling your rap, she's not feeling your game, or whatever you're trying to pull with her and stuff like that, listen, just leave it alone. Just go about your business. At the end of the day, hey, you lost. You know what I mean? Keep it moving for sure. All right. G Swole says, I know God said a man shall find a wife, but am I wrong for having the mindset to let the woman choose me? Yo, You said he said let the woman choose me when a lot of women got too many options nowadays. He said a lot of women got too many options. You know what? I gotta agree with you on that one, man. I got to. You know what I'm saying? I agree with G Swole on that part right there. You got a good point right there. You said a lot of women got too many options nowadays. I agree, man, for sure. But first and foremost, to be safe, to be on the safe side, me personally, I gotta follow what the scripture says on that one. You know what I mean? Of course, if you run into a woman and y'all start feeling each other and stuff like that, and you start talking and whatnot, of course, you as a man, you got to do more of the pursuing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, somebody had a picture up on Facebook of the woman proposing to the man. You understand that? That's crazy. That's crazy. And these days, you see a lot of women proposing to men in these days, and whatnot. You know what I mean? But hey, all I would say is just pray on it for sure. Speak to a minister about that. You know what I mean? And these days, stuff like that is very, very thin. It's very, very thin out here, for sure. You know what I mean? A lot of people, this is why a lot of people stay single. They don't want to deal with nobody. And they are very fine and they are very content with that. For sure. But that last part you says a lot of women got too many options nowadays, man. You know what I mean? Even though some women may come off as if they act like angels and whatnot, that's a true statement right there. All right. That's a true statement right there for sure. All right. You say you laughing at G Swole. Yo, that was funny right there for sure. That was funny. All right. Michael Hollinsworth says back in the days, they will tell their young children you better be home while the street lights come home. He says, and you better not be late. I agree. I agree. You know what I mean? For sure. But like I said, who's to say she was on her own? I don't know. She might have been on her own doing her own thing. All right. Um, you says the other day, me and my wife went to Chipotle just to get some food, and young girls had some shirts that was so high it was barely under their upper area, and I just shook my head. It was so sad. Well, there's a lot of females out here, and I'm not blaming this 19-year-old. There's a lot of females out here that dress a certain way for attention, whereas though there's a lot of females out here that just dress a certain way, but they ain't looking for attention. But they got to understand that a lot of men are raven wolves. You know what I'm saying? Raven wolves. And when you dress a certain way, you're almost like a piece of meat, you know what I mean, out there in the jungle. And there's a lot of wolves out there. You understand? And they will do any or try to do any and everything just to get that one thing from you. You understand? All right. You says I disagree with that. You could wear a button up top and slack somewhere. Some men will still try you. Okay. All right. I got you on that one for sure. All right. What up to Stephen Tate? What up? What up? What up? I mean, it's a lot of topics going on in here, man. We're trying to stay on this topic with the stabbing that happened in Brooklyn, but I see some people talking about politics in here, man. Cassie Williams says it's not even cool to flirt. The other person can take it the wrong way. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. Courtney M said that's why I'm not paying attention to the published stories. I need to see court documents state. You funny. David B says he's a child of Satan, so this country will never be great because it never was. DJ Grant says I see a woman that flirt nowadays, then say they don't want the man but flirts to get their attention, but keep playing both sides of the field. And he says and are surprised how men are acting. It's very true right there. Henry Ross states that loose women aren't any attractive for marriage, but them loose men just want them loose women for fun. Sad but true. Y'all have to do better. Wow. You stated that I agree. No, you said I agree. No means no. For sure, I respect that, but body language speaks just as loud as the words. And if a woman wants the same respect, she could dress how she wants to be perceived. Gladys says, not all women are like that. What's on her mind is not always negative. I agree. I agree with that. You said, however, a woman dressed is no reason to target her. And you put a laughing smile. Wow. Michael Hollingsworth says, the number one reason why women dress like that is because they want, these women want to be a pick me so bad because the father never told them how much they love them. Wow, that's crazy right there. I mean, that's actually a good point right there for sure. All right, you says a woman what dress modest can be targeted, may be perceived as not been touched. I don't really understand what you're trying to say on that part. All right. He says, I hope the man gets right and doesn't continue these things. No means no, regardless of the appearance. Women should be respected at all times, even if they are not as strong as men. I got you. He says, can't imagine giving birth to twins and hey, both attacked and one passes away. So sad. Wow, Sheila Davis. You said even though no means no, you can't go out in the streets knowing that there are people out here who are not right in the head. One of my daughters almost got kidnapped because she didn't listen. Wow. Gino P. Gino P. Gino P. The link is in the chat room, man. Since you're from New York, Gino P. If you want to give a couple of words, just click the link, Gino P. Give a couple of words, man. You know, being that you from New York, you know, you could talk about it a little bit. Gino P. If you up for it. And anybody else out there who want to give a couple couple of words on it. All right. The link is in the chat room for y'all. Talk about it a little bit. All right. Who else? You said it probably wasn't his first offense. You probably have to go one of these conservative news journal who's going to break him down on his rap sheet of crime. So this probably wasn't his first offense. William Shepard says, I saw an article today where guess what? A transgender man killed a 12-year-old girl. Wow. DJ Grant said, that's an insult to me, seeing a woman proposing to a man. She the man basically now, and he the woman. Where is their respect for being a man and handling business? That's a poodle. You said that's a poodle. All right. What's up to TNT News? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You said I go to the store and it's sad. You see women of all ages, 80 to 18, and they want to have the tightest clothes on. I rarely see people want to dress modest. Wow, that's crazy right there. That is crazy for sure. All right. Who else? We're gonna play a little Gino in a bit on modest apparel. Let me see if I can find something on that. We're just gonna play a little bit of that. All right. If I can find something on that. He said that's why some men get their passport. What? What that mean? What that mean? What's up to Cynthia Davenport? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. G Swole says my little niece is turning 18 this year, going off to college, but I advise her to focus on herself when she thinks she can maintain a relationship with her boyfriend in college. Is that possible? Wow. He said, is that possible? Well, that's a tough one right there. That's definitely a tough one right there for sure. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see who else. See if I miss anybody in here. You said so. I just got to let her learn for us. You just got to let her learn for herself, and sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to let a person learn on himself. I definitely agree with that. You know what I mean? Most definitely. All right. Who else? What else I miss? You says, wait, what? Woman proposing to men? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You said, was she 19? Yes. 19 years of age. That is correct. 19 years of age. Courtney M says, let's just say it's the Wild Wild West and West is out. He says West out here in these days. AG says even a woman that dressed modest can appear to a crazy man as not being touched. Doesn't matter how she's dressed. You know what? I agree with that. I definitely agree. Gladys says, so from that day one, I put on pants. It was not safe. It there. I don't understand that one at Gladys. I don't understand that one for sure. All right. So let's go to more of the story. I want to read this article right here. It says anguished mom sends message to daughter's killer after Brooklyn stabbing. Wow. It said the mother of the 19-year-old woman who was stabbed in Brooklyn delivered a message. LaShawn Goodson has been in anguish of the death since the death of her 19-year-old daughter, Samiya Spain. Let me see what she said. Let me try to get to that point. It says my daughter Sanaya was arguing with the guy in his sister's defense outside, and he stabbed her and she went to the floor. At that very moment, Samiya went to attack him, and he stabbed her in the heart. Wow. And when she went down, he stabbed her in the neck. Wow. That's crazy. So they stating that the mother stating that the woman, she was stabbed right in the heart, and then she was stabbed in the neck. That's crazy right there. That is crazy right there. Stabbed in the heart. Let me highlight that right quick. Let me see. Yeah. That part is crazy. What's up to Sister Davis? Shout out to you. I see you in the room. Shout out to Sister Davis. What's up to Bricklayer? Hope all is well. You know what I mean? Hope all is well. All right. So yeah, she was stabbed in the heart, as it was stated in the news. You know what I mean? I want to play this little thing from Gino right quick. Let me see if I can switch this. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. Right? Just gonna play. Just gonna play a little. Okay. This is about modest stuff. Let me see if I'm trying to catch. All right, there you go. And this is not the you have to put any woman down with this one, right? I just want to show this clip right here. This little clip of Junior. Trying to get to it.
You get hair out of a box. You get eyelashes out of a box. You get new lips out of a box. Yeah. You get fingernails out of a box. Toenails out of a box. God brought you from the man, not from no box. That's right. What driven you to hate yourself so bad until you were called this ugly Jezebel look? Beautiful. What's so beautiful? Give me 2 Kings, the 9th chapter again, verse 22, and again, verse 30. This is the look of Jezebel. I want you to follow me in your Bible.
2 Kings chapter 9, starting at verse 22.
All right.
And it came to pass when Joram saw Jehu that he said, is it peace, Jehu?
Yes.
And he answered, what peace?
What peace?
So long as the whoredoms of thy mother Jezebel.
So long as the whoredoms of your mother Jezebel.
And her witchcrafts are so many.
All right, let's see what Jezebel looked like.
Down at verse 30.
To give chapter and verse.
2 Kings chapter 9 and verse 30.
Let's get Jezebel look.
And when Jehu was come to Jezreel,
and
Jezebel heard of it.
Jezebel heard the man of God was coming in town.
And she painted her face.
Wait a minute. When who? What's the woman name?
Jezebel.
What did she do?
She painted her face.
Makeup. Makeup.
Right. Painted.
Makeup. She did what?
She painted her face.
See, the Bible don't use the word makeup because the word makeup did not exist back then. But God covered it, face paint. It ain't nothing but face paint.
Face paint.
She painted what?
And she painted her face. Painted.
She did what?
Painted her face.
Do we got any more? Do we got any more makeup? Do we got any more? I wish you would have had some here. She did what?
She painted her face.
That's you, so-called Christian. Now cuss me out. Tell me the Bible is wrong. The Bible is right. You're wrong.
That's right. That's right.
These other celebrities talking about it ain't no man should be teaching on what you should wear. That make the Bible a lie.
That's right.
The Bible says.
And she painted her face.
She did what?
She painted her face.
Wow, that's some deep stuff right here, man. Deep stuff. You know, like I said, I don't mean to play the video as, you know, one person stated that a lot of people seem to be blaming the female. All right, Gino P. It says your devices is not connected. It says your devices is not connected at Gino P. All right, there you go right there. Gino P, you can hear me? Gino P, you there?
Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. Good.
What's going on, man? I had technical difficulties, B.
It's all good, man. I'm good. You online right now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you 100. What's going on, beloved?
I'm good. And you? Yeah, your audio is kind of going in and out. Yeah, your audio. I don't know what's going on, man. Your internet or something like that. All right, it's all good at Gino P. It's all right. All right. Sister David says certain ways that a person is stabbed, the police label as angry, love, hatred, relationship. Wow. G-Swole says, would you get involved with one of your daughter's relationship if you found out she had a toxic boyfriend, but she's already 18 to make her own decisions? Well, listen, like I said earlier, if my children is out the house, if they are out the house and they are adults and they doing what they want to do, hey, it's nothing I could do. They on their own, they doing their own thing. I can only give them advice. You know what I mean? But if they under my roof, then things would definitely be different. What's up to Gino P? You there? Gino P. Yeah, your internet is.
Hey, what's going on, beloved?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But
this is messed up, man. My internet was good.
It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay, man. It's all right. AG says former coworker said she would never leave home without makeup. Wonder what she looks like now. Wow. Courtney M says, why would a person even say something like that? Abuse, no thanks. Stephen Tate, you said sometimes things just happen. Some people are just mean and full of hate. Sometimes it's not what we wear. It's just you cross the devil. You know what I mean? DJ Grant says a woman is beautiful and a man, of course, has to find a wife. That doesn't mean she's forced to be with him. Excuse me. She has a choice, of course, if she chooses to, but the man is supposed to propose, not the woman. Okay, I agree with that. Definitely, for sure. He said the blue wig is lit. He said, I'm not blaming a woman. She should never be subject to these foul and cruel things. But people, you stated that, but people also do things and act like there are not reactions for every action. I definitely agree with that for sure. At DJ Grant, yeah, you got a lot of interesting comments out there for sure. I say, you know what I mean. Excuse me. Henry Ross says, most of these so-called conservative always blame the females, but it really comes from them conservative women. Conservative woman. Gino P says, drop the link. Link is there. I mean, if anybody want to come on and have a couple of things to say about this, it's all good. It's all good. Bricklayer says that's why there's too many divorces. Too many divorces. Courtney M says, in general, the youth are in trouble. We got to spread the word. We got to spread the good news and pray for them. I agree. I definitely agree with that for sure. All right. He says, when did these color hair dye really become a thing? He says, they are of the world running wild in the streets. All right, Gino P, you good?
Yeah, man. We're just trying out a new device. My bad, bro.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, what the streets is talking, like me, I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx, from a different borough. But what the streets is talking is that they were at a party. They were all at a party together. And I guess they went to go get some eats, some chopped cheese and all that. They wanted to go get some eats. And dude, I guess, built up his courage, try to holler at shorty. And she rejected him. I guess she was a little bit harsh rejecting him. And he took things to a different level. That's what the streets is talking, but I don't know. I'm from the Bronx, so I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn. But that's what the streets is talking.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
But yeah, that this drill, New York City drill, got these young bucks thinking that they Hulk Hogan, you know. they got them thinking, but now he ain't gonna be smiling in Rikers.
Oh no, man. No.
You know,
Rikers.
what he did, not a lot, you know, is frowned upon, heavy. You know, I don't have no daughters, but I have nieces. I have girl cousins, stuff like that, aunts. Yeah. So you could imagine, right? You know, everyone has tried to holler at a shorty and she told them no. I imagine that happens to every man. You know, for you to take it there and stab her. And she was with her sister and her brother. He was able, yeah, she was with her peoples, and yeah, he just wilded out. You know, it's sad, but we living in a wicked time. And let me just say this before I go. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you, Tony Harvin. Your platform definitely helped me through a tough time when I was going through it with my mom, Dukes, you know, and she ended up passing. But, you know, I will always go up to your platform because it's part of holiness. And as long as you keep promoting holiness, I'm going to back you. I'm going to support you because other cats promote holiness, not to mention no names, but they're not as humble as you come across. You come across as a humble cat. And, you know, one, you promote holiness, and two, you a humble cat. You know, you share your platform with everyone, and you got a true brother here, even though you live in different states and all that, but you got a true brother here. Word is born.
For sure. Appreciate that, man. Definitely do.
Yeah, man. And well, shout out again to the chat, and thank you for letting me just share here on your platform. Peace out, brother.
No problem, sir. All right, that was Gino P. You know, definitely appreciate that for sure. You know what I mean? Much prayers to you and your family upon that situation. I am a humble brother. You know, of course, it's tough out here being that way, but watching the Truth of God and whatnot and, you know, getting advice from Gino and whatnot, and learning from how humble he is. You know what I mean? That's where I learned a lot of that humbleness from Gino and the advice that I get from him and whatnot. So definitely appreciate that. You know, Gino P from New York, the Bronx. G Swole says, "Am I wrong for calling women out for wearing makeup and fake hair, trying to get them to love the way God made them, or should I leave them alone to have God bring them to the TOG to clean them up?" Well, me personally, on my Facebook, I don't I don't call anybody out. You understand that? Me, it's beautiful women all over the place with makeup, fake hair, whatever the case may be. I'm just not that type of person. You know what I mean? I put the True God videos up the same way how I do on YouTube. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they like it. A lot of people watch it. Some women say, "Listen, I'm working on myself. It may take some time, XYZ." At the end of the day, there's only a few women who fight it. Few, not all. But I've learned a lot of people love the truth of God. You understand that? But I'm not gonna go up to a female who got like weave and fake hair and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go up to them and say, "Listen, you know what the Bible says about that." You understand that? I that's just not me. You know what I mean? How I came across the truth of God. I would hope that other people will come across the truth of God and want to humble themselves, but want to be delivered from things that are contrary to the word of God at the end of the day. Because I know I still got stuff that I need to be delivered from. I'm a little bit better from the beginning of coming across the message, but each day I want to get better. And of course, we want to see other people get better and to walk with God, of course. And we see it a lot of the times that there's beautiful women out there. They got lipstick on, they got the weave, wigs, and whatnot. And if a man is honest with himself, like, man, she bad. You understand? But she got fake hair, she got this, she got that. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna just go walk up to her and say, "Listen, you ain't supposed to be wearing that according to the scriptures." At the end of the day, listen, you might get a slap. You might get a slap. You heard? You might get a slap. But I don't force people to the truth of God. You know what I mean? And I just don't do it. At the end of the day, I never was a person like that. Like, listen, you gotta listen to a holy God sent preacher. You gotta read the Bible and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you just being yourself, you just being a humble person, that woman could look at you and say, "Listen, wow, I like his whole persona of how he carried himself. I want to know more about him. I want to know why he's humble. So I'm going to ask him a question here. I'm going to ask him a question there." And you might bring up, "Listen, I watch the Truth of God," or "I watch a holy God sent preacher and whatnot," and she may be interested. You know what I mean? Well, what's this people name, or what's that person name? Okay, Geno Jennings. All right, she may go check him out. She may come back. "Listen, I like that. He talk about, we can't wear this, we can't wear that." I understand, but it's going to take some time for me to develop. You never know. It could happen like that, for sure. All right. You says, "My first rejection, I took it so hard when I was young, but had to learn to accept rejection." Rejection. Rejection. I mean, I got rejected a few times in my younger years, and whatnot. And hey, it was respectful rejections. Respectful. I remember this young lady, I think I was in my early 20s. I was coming from Virginia by myself, coming back to Jersey City, and I was at the train station and whatnot. She said, "Hey, excuse me, do you got the time? Or what time does light rail come? What time the train come?" I said, "Such and such time." And I said, "Can I talk to you a little further?" She said, "No." Man, I had to pick my face up off the ground. You understand? Because I said, "Woo, this is I wasn't in church at the time, or whatever the case may be." I said, "Wow, she was bad." But I got rejected. It didn't matter how nice I was dressed. I believe I had braids at the time, or whatever the case may be. I'm not too sure, but it didn't matter. At the end of the day, I got rejected. You understand? And I didn't get mad or anything like that. It's just like, okay, I got rejected. Maybe next time, maybe next time, maybe next time. You know what I mean? Maybe next time. So I mean, it all depends, especially if you. I know a lot of people work around people who they are attracted to, or people who they are interested in, or go to church in reference to people that they're interested in. You know what I mean? And it could take them a long time to really approach that person, or to approach that woman, and they could approach the woman respectfully, but the woman may not be interested. You know what I mean? And it could be hurtful. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, a man has to know how to take a L. You know what I mean? All right. Um, Bricklayer, you says that's why there are too many divorces. You meet women with makeup, and you says when she wake up tomorrow morning, completely different person. Yo, that's funny. Wow, that's funny. Wow. I mean, are you marrying? I mean, I guess that goes for people who just look at looks, appearance, and whatnot. You understand? Preferably, if you fall for a woman who wear makeup all day, every day, the man should request to see her without her makeup. You know what I mean? Some women wear breast pads or butt pads and stuff like that to try to enhance their looks. You know what I mean? Some women do that. Some women do, which is crazy. All right. Who I miss? Let's see. He says I came across TLG flipping through channel on TV. Wonderful. Water Blood Spirit says I dated a lot of girls. He said I dated a lot of girls. He says player back in the day. All right. He says TNT says, hey, we all got rejected. It's all good. Keep up. Keep it moving. On to the next. On to the next. You said you wasn't hood enough. Hood. I ain't listen. Tony Harvin. And I'm talking to third person like Johnny Robinson did yesterday. I wasn't a hood guy. I didn't need to be that way. You understand? I didn't need to be that way. Make sure my breath smell good. Gotta make sure everything is copacetic. And it wasn't nothing like it wasn't nothing scarce about going up to a lady and approaching her and talking to her at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because I knew from my area, all you would see guys is disrespecting women. Hey, yo, my maid. You understand that? Shorty. So I knew that, okay, let me just be normal. Let me just be basic. Let me just be respectful. Hey, how you doing? How was your day? XYZ, a basic conversation. You know what I mean? And on a lot of occasions, it worked. I didn't have to be that way. I didn't have to have my pants sagging. I didn't have to have all that nonsense type of talk at the end of the day. Sometimes when I was in my teens with my cousins and stuff like that, we go to the malls just to talk to women, not because we wanted them, because we just want to, sharpen ourselves up and, test ourselves. We didn't necessarily want the girls and take them home and stuff like that, or was interested. We just did that for fun, just to see how many numbers we could get. Not that we was going to use them. At the end of the day, that's how we learned as teenagers and whatnot. Just going to the local malls in Jersey City, New Jersey, Newport Mall, Hudson Mall, stuff like that. All right. G Swole says, I hear you, Tony, but I don't go up to them with that. They be coming at me, trying to deceive me, to get their way, for me to tell them the truth about themselves. Okay, now I can understand where you're coming from. Now I can understand where you're coming from at G Swole. I understand you on that one. For sure. You know what I mean? She wanted a roughneck. Henry Ross says, it takes time, but we have to start from somewhere. But leave them over righteous devils alone. Sister Davis says PJ spoke about it, how a bouncer and his girlfriend got saved, but lady kept wearing pants. He told the church mothers not to say anything to her. One day he said he looked up and she was wearing a long dress. That's what's up. Let me see. TNT says, Amen. I fell in love with my wife's mind and her heart before I seen her body. I fell in love. That sound like a that sound like one of them quotes from a song or something, man. You said I fell in love with my wife's mind and her heart before I seen her body. That's a deep quote right there. That's something deep right there for sure. That's something deep. I might use that quote. Try to flip that quote up and use it one day. That's something deep right there for sure. But that's truth. AG says depends on how she's made up. Some wear new face, others like touch up. But I just don't redress other people. Dress for you. Sister Davis, you says I believe people should be led of the Holy Ghost on what to say and not say to an individual. Make sure it's God leading you, not self. Wow. Appreciate that, Cassie Williams. Appreciate that. For sure. All right. 16-bit says being hood is whack. I agree with you. I didn't, although I hung around, people like that, I didn't see the reason to be that way. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be myself at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Comical, humble, chilled out and stuff like that. Being that way, my pants hanging down and talking foolishness with a blunt smoking on it and stuff like that. Nah. That was never me, for sure. All right. You says taking an L is sometimes needed so you can take a step back at yourself to see what kind of person you really are. It's a good thing. Oh man, that's for sure. You know what I mean? All right. What else we missed? You says in one of R. Kelly's songs, he asks, "How is her mind?" So, as we come close to a conclusion with this story and whatnot, and I also want to talk about. I know I was going to have a part 4 to one of, the title was Geno Jennings is one of the realest, but I think it's confirmation of Johnny Robinson and Geno going to have a debate. It was confirmed, but we shall see. I'm trying to get a little bit more information on that just to make sure it's confirmed. And we could talk about that hopefully maybe tomorrow. You understand that? But that would be a decent debate for sure. So as we come to a conclusion, we got about 5-10 more minutes on this and whatnot. All right. You says, do you agree with Chris Rock's point of view saying, why should a man keep it real to a woman when women aren't real with themselves? Ooh. Wow. Chris Rock. Well, I don't know. Because Chris Rock, he went out like a sucker when Will Smith slapped him. You understand that? A woman can rebuttal like how can Chris Rock talk, but he can't even protect himself? How can he protect me as a woman? A woman can say that. At the end of the day, they could rebuttal that. You understand? Chris Rock can't protect himself. So how can he protect a woman if he's with that woman? You know what I mean? So, and that's true facts right there. You got slapped on live television. Live television. You let a man slap you on live television and you didn't do anything at all. You understand that? Any real man, I don't care if you saved, sanctified, whatever the case may be, you going in. You giving that man the business. And Will Smith, he knew who to pick on. So Chris Rock can't say anything. He can't say anything about women this and women that. When dude, you can't even protect yourself. So how you gonna protect a woman? So what real woman wants to be with a man who can't even protect themselves? You understand? If you can't protect yourself as a man, how you gonna protect that woman? You're going out to the movies and stuff like that. You coming out, and then you see somebody trying to, mug y'all, and whatever the case may be. Somebody trying to pick on y'all. What he gonna do? Just stand there? You know what I mean? You said, but you said he turned the other cheek. He said he turned the other cheek. Listen, the Lord gotta forgive me for that one, man, for sure. I ain't trying to be embarrassed on no TV like that. No way. That would be me. That would be with me forever. Cornium says, how would you handle it? Whew. Man, I'm sorry. We'd have been rumbling on that stage. We'd have been rumbling on that stage for sure. You know what I mean? It'd have been a brawl till security came and broke it up. And then I would try to get him on the outside circuit. You know what I mean? So, so that's how I am with mine. All right. You says PJ is going to Will Smith Johnny with the Bible, with Bible in the upcoming debate. Oh man. I like I said, I hope that's in Charlotte. Oh man, I hope it's in Charlotte. Please let it be in Charlotte. G Swole says, so if that was you, you would have put those boxing hands on Will Smith. Well, Will Smith is a taller guy. Will Smith is a taller guy. You understand? And I know from grappling, I know from wrestling that I would love I don't want to give too much jewels out there, but with taller people that's like that, I prefer to probably wrestle them or grapple with them and whatnot, because I'm skinny and quick. You understand that? You know what I mean? So it's more harder to go against somebody your size. I'm talking about me and whatnot. But when somebody's bigger and taller, their whole mindset is this person is small. So that's when they lose right there mentally, right there. He's small, he's skinny, whatever the case may be. A person can lose mentally just like that, thinking somebody is just small. Just like that, they already lost mentally at the end of the day. And Will Smith lost because he thought Chris Rock was small and skinny and stuff like that. But Chris Rock, you know what I mean? He took the default and he didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, hey, we don't condone violence at all. You understand? I'm not always thinking violence. Of course, we hope those things do not happen at all, especially, striving for God. We don't want to be put in those type of situations where as though we have to lay hands, we have to, tussle, wrestle. I know some people is packing. I don't care if they are holding this. Some people is packing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And some people out there will give you the business if they have to. You know what I mean? Simple. But we hope those things do not happen at all. You know what I mean? But for the most part, alongside of boxing, I also like to wrestle. You know what I mean? But I don't condone it. I would hope everybody, if you have a woman, if you have a daughter, if you have a mother, or aunt, and whatnot, of course, we want to protect, you know what I'm saying, our mothers, our aunts, and stuff like that from creeps like this. You know what I mean? Or any creep. There's been situations out there where, a family member may have a boyfriend that's beating on them. What you going to do as a man? You understand? What you going to do as a man? It depends. It all depends. Now, if she keep going back to this dude and he's beating on her, I ain't doing nothing about it. That's on her. That's on that family member. If we told you to leave a man alone because he's beating on you, why are you still around him? Why are you still trying to be with him? In a situation like that, nah. I ain't doing nothing, man. You understand? Help is not help if a person do not want to be helped. All right. You says, it made Will look like a simp defending Jada, who is still in love with Tupac. Well, I don't want to switch the story to a Jada, Tupac, Will Smith type of thing, because it was said that Tupac proposed to her and she rejected it. They just had a strong friendship. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, hey, that's on them or whatever the case may be. You know, I don't understand why she would even get involved in a relationship or a marriage with Will Smith knowing she had feelings for another man. You understand? All right. Let's see if we got anybody else. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny. He says, "Do y'all think world peace is possible?" No. The scriptures don't say that. You said some people are strange, some people get the business. Absolutely. I agree with that. All right. If you got any last closing remarks, we could close it out. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming on. As we talked about the situation with this young girl and this fellow who was rejected, and he took his anger out on two sisters and killed one of them because they rejected him and whatnot in New York. And most likely he's gonna get the book thrown at him and what have you. 20 years of age, life thrown away, all over a woman rejecting you. You know what I mean? The man made a what they call that? Temporary decision for permanent something. I forgot how the quote went. Somebody can help me out with that one. You know what I mean? Somebody help me out with that quote that people always quoting with temporarily and permanent stuff. He made a temporary decision, you know what I mean, for a permanent something. I forgot how it went. Somebody help me out. All right. G Swole says, do you think that's why women don't give a man with kindness, a sense of humor, or a strong composure a chance because they take that for weakness, believing he can't protect her? Well, I don't know. That I don't know, but some women out there, they like the bad boy, they like the thug type of dude and whatnot and stuff like that. That's what they like. You know what I mean? That's what they like. For sure. Why? I don't know. At the end of the day. All right. But the real women, they know how to differentiate certain characteristics of a man that they like. You know what I'm saying? Why it's kindness and stuff like that. You said temporarily decision, permanent consequences. That's a good one, but I don't think the word was consequences. It was something else. But permanent consequences is a good one too. 20 years of age. 20 years old. You can't go to Red Lobster no more. You can't go to Burger King no more. You can't go out, hang out with your friends no more. You can't get on the internet no more. Nothing. You know what I mean? It's over. It's done. You know what I mean? Most likely he's going to die in prison and whatnot. For sure. All right, we're going to end this. We're going to end this. Hopefully we get the camera fixed tomorrow so we can talk about, if I decide to talk about the biblical discussion with Gino and Johnny Robinson. You understand? It's good to hear that debate might happen. All right. Hope everybody have a wonderful night. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. Thanks to all those new subscribers that's coming on this YouTube channel. It's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing for sure. You know what I mean? That this channel is growing and whatnot, bit by bit, piece by piece. And we have these conversations and whatnot, where as though, a lot of us can interact and talk, and even those who have any type of dislike in general, y'all also can join in on the conversation and whatnot. Appreciate that. Let your light shine. And you said good night. Good night to you too. Good night to everybody out there. God bless. I hope everybody be safe out there. Courtney, appreciate that. And Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow, talking about another topic for sure. All right, I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and select all after you hit the notification bell.